Good evening and a warm welcome to the 2023 University Distinguished Service Awards. My name is Tika Pinnock and I am the Chair of the University Council 2023 Program Committee. Please join me in thanking our Piper, Alexander McDonald, ED24, Queen's Band's Pipe Major. Thank you, Alexander. And please be seated. As we gather here this evening, we acknowledge that we are on the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe and the Haudenosaunee peoples. As members of the Queen's community, it is our responsibility to acknowledge and promote their history within the university and across the lands known as Canada. We have benefited from these lands, and we encourage each of us to act on this privilege to contribute to reconciliation. This land gives us the base from which we can flourish as a community, and we honor that privilege. I would like to thank members of Queen's Council for joining us tonight, and in particular the Program Committee and our Queen's staff colleagues for their role in planning this evening's reception. To our recipients, a hearty congratulations from the committee. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce Dr. Patrick Deane, Principal and Vice Chancellor of Queen's University.
Well, thank you very much, Tika. Good evening, everyone. I'm delighted to co-host this evening and to be with you all to celebrate our distinguished recipients. First, I'd like to introduce the other members of the procession. The 2023 recipients of the Distinguished Service Awards in alphabetical order: Christine Berger, Elizabeth Jane Errington, Anita Lister, Elspeth Murray, Brenda Reed, and Colette Steer. I'm also very pleased to share the stage with Doug Bruce, University Council Vice Chair and Council Trustee. I'd also, please. This is a night all about applause. I'd like to invite all university councillors present, please, to wave. So everyone, please join me. So you get the drift of this. I'm going to ask a few groups to wave. I single councillors out because of the contribution they have made to the Queen's community and continue to make as members of University Council. Now, we also have many past Distinguished Service Award recipients in attendance, so those people, please wave. Congratulations again, and thank you for being here this evening to celebrate this evening's 6 additional recipients. And a special welcome, though I won't ask you all to wave, to all members of Queen's Senior Administration, the Board of Trustees, members of the Senate, the Queen's University Alumni Association Board, and student leaders who've all joined us here this evening. Now, it gives me great pleasure to present the 2023 Distinguished Service Awards. Inaugurated by the University Council in 1974, the Distinguished Service Award recognizes individuals who have made the university a better place through their extraordinary contributions. Each year, the Executive Committee of University Council of Queen's University invites nominations for up to 6 Distinguished Service Awards. And we're fortunate this evening to be recognizing 6 extraordinary individuals. The 6 people you see behind me have served our community in many ways during their careers, and their exemplary work has touched countless lives. So let's get started. I'd like to welcome Doug Bruce to the podium to introduce our first recipient.
Good evening. Thank you, Principal Deane, and it is my pleasure to be your Master of Ceremonies this evening. And what an honor it is to be sharing the stage with such an illustrious group of recipients this year. So let's start with the first one. I'd like to welcome the first recipient, Christine Berga, to please join Principal Dean at center stage. Christine, your years at Queen's have been marked by some of the most successful and most challenging times in the institution. However, your calm manner, flexibility, reliability, and innovative thinking have weathered its many storms and contributed to Queen's successes. 4.5 decades of service provided you with the opportunity to flourish, eventually helping to support the office of the Principal and Vice Chancellor through 5 separate administrations. You adopted to each, providing unfailing support and guidance in realms as diverse as budget management, governance, fundraising, and hosting national and international VIPs. Colleagues have remarked on your mentorship and noted that your loyalty and dedication to the institution will remain an example for them well into the future, ensuring your impact will live on for many years to come. We are honored to present you with this Distinguished Service Award to demonstrate the gratitude of the Queen's community for your exemplary service. Thank you for your service and congratulations.
Thank you, Doug and Patrick, and good evening. First of all, I'd like to thank the nominators for this award. You know who you are. And members of the review committee for this tremendous honor. I would like to also thank my family and friends who are present tonight. I feel very privileged to be part of this year's cohort with the other distinguished honorees, some of whom I've had the pleasure to work with. Queen's has given me so many opportunities, starting with the Faculty of Arts and Science Dean's Office, and ending with the Office of the Principal. I was in the unique position to support 5 principals, starting with Bill Leggett, then the late Karen Hitchcock, Tom Williams, Daniel Wolfe, and ending with Patrick Dean. And most people would not have had the privilege, as I did, of getting to know these principals as people with their own way of doing things around the office, people with special family ties that were as much priority as serving Queen's, people with sense of humor, sometimes hard to read handwriting, interesting hobbies, people who were always easy to chat with in the office lunchroom. So in thinking about how I may have contributed to helping Queen's succeed, I hope it was through supporting these leaders not just as principals, but also as persons. Thank you again for this honor, and best wishes to the other honorees this evening.
I'd like to ask our second recipient, Elizabeth Jane Arrington, to please join Principal Dean at center stage. Elizabeth, how can one give justice to your contributions to Queen's with a nomination form containing words like awe-inspiring, path-breaking, and enduring, all in just the first sentence? As well, its first paragraph finishes by remarking on your service as a shining example of a truly complete academic. This service has included exemplary achievements in research, teaching, supervision, and service to the profession and community. Almost 70 graduate students have been supervised by Dr. E, benefiting in many ways from your advice and encouragement. Your teaching innovations have reached students and colleagues far and wide, and your broader service as a committee member and chair and reviewer, editor, juror, and consultant. While dedicating yourself to this work, you also managed to author 5 monographs, edit 5 books and numerous articles and chapters, while also being awarded the Commemorative Medal for the Golden Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II, the Cowan Prize for Excellence in Research, and numerous other prizes and awards. Although humble among these many achievements, we are honored to present you with a Distinguished Service Award. Thank you for your service and congratulations.
finally at Queen's do I become Elizabeth Jane. Most folks know me as Jane, and my students know me as Dr. E. And I would like to thank the committee, the council, very much for this award. And I'd also like to thank all of those behind-the-scenes folks who make the work actually happen. You know, the folks who email me and say, please get your picture taken. All those people are absolutely key to what this award is all about and to what we do as faculty. I'd also like to make a special thanks to my colleagues and students in the Department of History for putting me up for this. I was actually truly astounded when I got the email letting me know about the award. At first, I hate to say it, but I wondered what it was all about. It had been a long time since I'd heard about this, but then I remembered that I'd been to a distinguished service event some years ago that recognized my friend and my guest today, Roberta Hamilton. And I'm very pleased to be a recipient of this, given that Roberta's also been a recipient, together with all these wonderful people here. This award makes me realize again how fortunate I am to be part of a community that is the Department of History. I work with such wonderful people, colleagues who are open, supportive, and so generous. And my students, well, I can't say enough about them. They really are quite wonderful with their enthusiasm, their continuing hard work, their determination, and their humor. They are a delight to work with, and I learn so much more from them than they ever do from me. It's really a privilege to be part of this world and to be able to do what I love, which is to teach, tell stories, and take a very small part in helping to nurture those who will guide us all into the future. Now, as you can tell from my hair, I've been at Queen's for some time. And who would have thought in September of 1979, when the department, and particularly then the grad chair at the time, the inimitable Jeff Smith, admitted me, a high school teacher from Red Lake, into the MA program. Who would have thought then that I would be here today? Certainly, I would not have. But I'm truly grateful to Jeff and to the many colleagues and friends for their support, and to all the colleagues and students today. You continue to give me much more than I ever give you. Thank you very much for this honor.
Anita Lister, would you please join Principal Dean at center stage? Anita, your time at Queen's began in what was then a Student Health Services in May 1978. You remained at the institution for a remarkable 45 years until August 2023, serving in the departments of psychology, ophthalmology, anatomy and cell biology, and biomedical and molecular sciences, and generations of faculty, students, and staff are better for it. Your unfailingly positive attitude and work ethic graced each of the units you served, helping to create a safe space for all those who found their way to your desk. Your caring nature calmed many a panicked students, as well as more than a few overwhelmed faculty administrators. The thoughtfulness you displayed extended to many outside the university through the initiation of an organization of an annual memorial service for those who chose to donate their bodies to the university for the education of students and betterment of society. Such work clearly demonstrates the empathy remarked upon by your colleagues, which, while clearly missed since your retirement, remains an enduring example for all. We are so fortunate to have had you as a member of the Queen's community and wish to express our thanks for all you have done through this presentation of this Distinguished Service Award.
I just want to say thank you. I very much appreciate receiving this award. I was honored and humbled when I learned that I was a successful candidate. And I'd also like to thank everyone who worked diligently on my nomination. Thank you.
I'd like to ask our next recipient, Elizabeth Jane Murray, to please join Principal Dean. Elsbeth, Your passion for innovation and entrepreneurship has left its mark on students, the Smith School of Business, and Queen's University as a whole, with the creation of 9 new graduate programs and leadership of the Centre for Entrepreneurship, Innovation, and Social Impact. You created the Tricolor Venture Fund, Canada's first student-advised venture capital fund, with 18 ventures bringing in close to $3 million in funding. Through this and other initiatives, MBA and commerce students have the opportunity for real-world experiences that remain with them well after their time at the university. In addition to this, the Dare to Dream program provides students and recent graduates with another avenue for support and success, with funding, access to office space, and connections to Queen's faculty, staff, and alumni. You do not hesitate to lend your own experience and support to a diverse range of individuals choosing to embark on a career as an entrepreneur, giving them the tools to succeed in a challenging environment and shaping future generations of Canadian leaders. Many of those who have benefited from your guidance remark on your patience, kindness, empathy, and encouragement, which are selflessly given time and time again. The university is honored to recognize this work and so much more with the presentation of this Distinguished Service Award. Thank you for your service and congratulations. Just prior to hearing from Elspeth, we'd also like to acknowledge the 2004 Distinguished Service Award recipient, Sheila Murray. Sheila is Elspeth's mum, who has joined us this evening. Sheila's citation noted, "We hail you as a daughter of Queens whose years of unfailing, selfless service give powerful and special meaning to our long tricolor tradition of giving something back." We thank you, Sheila, for your service, and Elspeth has certainly carried on this family legacy of distinguished service to Queen's University.
Well, thank you very much. I'm deeply honored, and thank you to the University Council, Queens, my mom, trying to hold it together. But really what I wanted to say is Queens is very much a family affair. When I was considering going to university, there was almost no question. So aunts, uncles, parents, and now a couple of kids who've been to Queen's as well. And as a matter of fact, in a typical Queen's story, the very first person I met in Banry Hall in my first year is here. So I know, right over there. So exactly. So I always tell people, is Queen's the real deal? I'm like, absolutely. Here's the proof. I've had a great career at Queen's. I never thought I would be back here as a professor and have an opportunity at the Smith School of Business to do some really interesting things, meet some fantastic people, and every day wake up thinking, geez, I'm so lucky I get to make a difference in so many lives. So thank you.
I'd like to ask Brenda Reed to please join Principal Dean. Brenda, your commitment to the university and its community has been evident in each of the years you have worked at Queen's, starting in 1994 as a reference librarian in the Faculty of Education Library, up to and including your current role as head education librarian. Time and again, your caring nature and leadership shines through, whether it be within your faculty or the university as a whole. You inspire your team to excellence, encourage innovation, and are always focused on how to ensure services to the library's collection are as inclusive as possible. Your work has also had an impact beyond Queen's campus. Local and national community literacy agencies have benefited from your expertise, ensuring that both you and the teacher candidates you support will continue to have a positive influence on students, young and old, far and into the future. Your dedication, persistence, and selflessness are an example of For All, and we are proud to recognize your accomplishments with the presentation of this Distinguished Service Award. Thank you for your service, and congratulations.
Thank you, Doug, Principal Dean, and to everyone who's taken the time to be here this evening, and congratulations to my fellow award recipients. It's a privilege to be here with you. The most important thing I want to say is to thank to everyone who had a hand in nominating me for this Distinguished Service Award and taking on the work and giving up the time to write such kind words as Doug has just read. It is both overwhelming and deeply humbling to receive this recognition, and I do want to insist that it is, to me, just more evidence of the goodness and generosity of the extraordinary people I work with here at Queen's. Thank you, Mark Asberg and Heather McMullen, for your caring leadership in the library and your trust in the work of library staff. I work on the public side of the Queen's Library, where I have the privilege and joy of building relationships with library users and supporting the work of so many brilliant researchers, teachers, and students. The number one reason I love my job so much is that I've always at Queen's been given the capacity and the support by Queen's Library leaders to provide our library users with the services and collections at the moment they need them or close to that moment. For any librarian working directly with library users to be successful and for the library to fulfill its mission, many interconnected teams of highly proficient, dedicated, and outstanding library technicians, support staff, and librarians are absolutely necessary. At Queen's, it is the stellar work done by the library technicians, staff, and librarians who work behind the scenes, mostly in the lower level of Stauffer Library, that allows us public service librarians to do our work well. So I want to especially thank those colleagues for the invisible but essential work that they do, and the many times they have gone far beyond expectations to help me out. I get to receive all the gratitude from our library users for the work done by so many others. I share this honor with them and with their teams, systems, acquisitions, cataloging, and facilities. I share this award, too, with so many at the Faculty of Education who welcome and embrace our education library and staff as part of their community. Without exception, every Faculty of Education dean I have worked with has visibly and strongly supported the work of the library, as have so many faculty, staff, and students. Linda Colgan, Ellie Deere, Andrea Martin, Joan McDuff, Sylvia Pantaleo, and Rebecca Luce-Kapler are just a few of the people who have taught me that to be an education librarian is a gift to be treasured and earned every day. So I share this award with them and everyone at the Faculty of Education I've learned so much from. Most especially, thank you to Tracy Ware for always being there and waiting for me when I have just one more thing to do. Thank you to everyone involved in planning and organizing tonight's event, and I hope that all those who have been so generous to me at Queen's know that they are also being recognized here and that it is their focus on excellence that has made me so grateful for my years at Queen's. Thank you.
Our last, but certainly not the least, recipient for this evening is someone I had the pleasure of working with on the Board of Trustees over the past few years. Colette Steer, would you please join Patrick Dean? Colette, you exemplify the concept of going above and beyond in one's work. Not content to merely fulfill the work expected of your role, you've become an integral part of the university and the lives of numerous graduate students at Queen's, from their application through to orientation, course and thesis work, and convocation. Your initiatives, such as the 3-minute thesis competition, Career Week, Dissertation Boot Camp, Grad Chat, and Research Spotlights always have students at their core and have become well-loved aspects of the Queen's graduate experience. Student comments on exit surveys reveal how pivotal these experiences are to their learning and ability to build the kind of community that helps them succeed, often mentioning you by name. Your efforts to create community extend beyond the student population, as is evident when accompanying you on a walk across campus, which may take more time than expected, given all those that stop to chat with you along the way. Indeed, your colleagues demonstrated their trust in you by electing you not once, but twice as a representative to the University Board of Trustees. It is with great enthusiasm and honor that we present to you this Distinguished Service Award in recognition for your achievements and impact. Thank you for your service and congratulations.
Oh, drats, it's only water underneath. Most of you know I don't actually like speaking, but this is why I got to have the paper. I'm sorry about that. To Chris, Dr. Errington, Anita, Elspeth, and Brenda, it's amazing to be standing among you. Very privileged on that. Firstly, though, to the Vice Provost and Dean of the School of Graduate Studies and Postdoctoral Affairs, very long I know, Fahim Kadir, for nominating me and everyone else. I haven't read the package yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Your belief in me makes it easy for me to work here at Queen's. In 2007, the then Dean of Graduate Studies, Janice Deacon, took a chance with hiring an Aussie whose background was all sport to come and work in the grad office. I want to thank Janice for giving me that chance. My subsequent deans, Brenda Brow and now Fahim Kadir, continued to allow me to be me, which I'm truly grateful. Not so sure other people are, but I am truly grateful. I'm very proud of some of the programming we've put together during my time in the grad office, from our writing retreats, which are the envy of other universities, to so much so we had to put together the lake shift so that doctoral students from other Ontario universities could attend too. To being the first Ontario university to hold a 3-minute thesis competition and the first Ontario competition, which set the bar for others to follow. To Grad Chat, as Doug mentioned, our weekly radio show, 4 p.m. on CFRC Tuesdays, that allows our students to learn to talk about their research to a wider audience. So, of course, CFRC, we couldn't do it without them. To say at times the grad environment has been challenging would be an understatement. My job, however, has provided me the opportunity to work and have contact with many areas of the university. That's what has made this job so rewarding. With our office being so small, we rely on the support of the Queen's community. Collaborations and relationship building has been integral to my role. Now, whether everyone was either baffled by the Aussie lingo or just felt sorry for me, I am really grateful for their support and that I've received along the way. I'd like to mention some of them tonight. To our amazing graduate assistants, who I always tell the students, you are their next BFF. It is true for me too. To the Division of Student Affairs and all their departments, well, what you do to help our students is remarkable. Our collaborations with SAS, Athletics and Recreation, and Career Services and Programming, like our Writing Camps and Career Week, has made them even more critical to the grad student experience and to them not only completing their degree, but helping set themselves up for success. The personal support groups like Quick, Banbury Centre, Four Directions, Yellow House, Faith and Spiritual Life, Student Wellness Services, Hospitality Services, I probably missed a few, have provided safe spaces and social spaces for our students. Even IT Services, Centre for Teaching and Learning, the Isabel and the Agnes, Queen's Libraries, Cubes and Elbow Lake, PPS, Institutional Research and Planning Research Office, Central Comms, you've all had an impact on my role and programming for our students. Even the Secretariat, the Board of Trustees and other senior leaders, I ask a lot of questions, and I wish sometimes I could actually switch off that little query bubble, but I can't, sorry. To the grad students themselves, you made my job easier as I get to meet you, chat with you, have a meal with you, laugh with you, go through good times and harder times with you. I love my job because I do get to meet you. You are all incredible and have taught me so much. Of course, I can't leave without talking about my colleagues at the SGSBA, both past and present. I've stayed in this office because of all of you. I love the environment we have, and I know some people are a little jealous of us. I believe in our office and what we represent within the larger Queen's community. Thank you for putting up with my singing, my many trolleys left in the office, and for laughing at my jokes. I know they weren't all that funny, but I appreciate you laughing with me and not at me. To my family and friends, some of who are here tonight, you know how much you mean to me. I've been very fortunate to live in a very caring and loving environment. That is because of all of you. And to my partner, Leslie Dalsin, for putting up with my absences because of work, but also knowing how much I love what I do. I'm not finished just yet. Fahim told me to say that. But knowing I have your support makes it easier. Thank you for your understanding and giving me the opportunity to play a small part in a big organisation in the hope that I have made a little difference. Queen's has gone through quite a transformation during my time here, and I'm proud to have played a small part in that change. And lastly, to the University Council, thank you for this great honour. I'm truly chuffed, a little embarrassed, and extremely honoured. So thank you.
How about a final round of applause for all 6 of this year's recipients? Over to you, Principal Dean, for closing remarks.
Well, thanks very much. I'd like to add my personal congratulations to all our recipients this evening. Please join me afterwards for a photo of the whole group together. Thanks very much to our MC Doug Bruce for sharing these 6 remarkable stories of service with the audience. And thank you again to our recipients, who I will name again for their exemplary service to the Queen's community: Chris Berger, Jane Errington, Anita Lister, Elspeth Murray, Brenda Reed, and Colette Steer. Thank you very much. Now, each of our recipients has made a note of this, but special thanks are due to the program committee, to Tika Pinnock, to the committee for joining us tonight and for their continued dedication to Queen's University and their work on this program. I want to say thank you also to the Queen's Student Alumni Association ambassadors for volunteering this evening. And thank you to everyone celebrating the recipients with us tonight, both those with us here at the Isabel and those of you who have joined us virtually. That concludes the awards ceremony. I'd like to wish everyone a very pleasant evening.